On this light gun safari, we'll be hunting more than just ducks, and won't even have to put up with smart aleck dogs as well. This is Sega Masters. Today's episode is essentially part 2 of our look at the pack and combo cartridge for the Master System's American launch. Last time we covered Hang On, the cart's main single. Now we're going to take a gander at the proverbial B-side of the duo, Safari Hunt. As you might imagine by this title screen, you're about to do some game hunting with the aid of an essential part of any 1980s console, the light gun. Nintendo certainly hammered that notion home with the release of their beloved classic Duck Hunt. However, I imagine Sega saw Nintendo's handiwork and figured they could do that, only better. So we get this cartridge, which follows the same idea, and introduces us to Sega's own virtual sidearm, the Light Phaser. The cool, sci-fi looking counterpoint to the Nintendo Zapper. The Light Phaser actually has its roots in a Japanese anime series, but we'll get more into that later on down the line. You begin your little safari at this lake, which contains a swarm of ducks, fish, and bunnies that constantly pop under the screen, and you're looking to plug them with the light gun before they get away. The game signals a hit with a hilarious death animation for your victim, like the bunnies getting bandaged up, the fish instantly getting skinned, and the ducks that transform into cooked turkeys which still manage to fly away, among others. Each target is worth a specific amount of points, and you have to accumulate a high enough score to meet the qualifying mark before you use up all your ammo, which is helpfully displayed at the bottom of the screen. Once you do exhaust all your bullets, your score is displayed, and if you reach the qualifying mark, you move on to the next area, otherwise the game ends. Now we moved into the forest for more of the same exciting shooting action, only now we find toucans, armadillos, and bears that take several hits to tag, since you can only shoot them in the chest when they're standing up. Granted, Safari Hunt doesn't stray too much from the formula of Duck Hunt pretty much established, but it does outdo its NES counterpart in several aspects. The wide amount of targets to shoot at with their different behaviors adds some nice variety and challenge to the action, though the game's difficulty is only really determined by how far away you're sitting and aiming your weapon from your television set. All the creators sport some good details in animation, especially after you nail them, and the scenery is nicely done as well. The game is pretty light on audio, as the only sounds to fill the forest are the odd sounding booms when you score a hit, or cracks when you miss, with no background music present. Moving even deeper into the forest, we're now blasting bats, monkeys, spiders, and panthers. Not exactly the top tier of the animal kingdom here. Where are the real safari animals like lions and elephants? What about the alligators the title screen promised? Unfortunately, should you clear this screen, you go right back to the lake, so Safari Hunt does suffer from a lack of depth and replayability, as you've seen everything there is after one pass through the 3 levels. No new areas or targets are ever introduced the further you go. You just cycle through the same 3 levels endlessly with the ever-shrinking margins for error. I have read this game does contain a rather interesting ending screen upon completing level 69, though I didn't have the patience to blast through 23 repeating cycles to see it. Overall, Safari Hunt is a solid light gun title that's fun and addictive for the most part, and it certainly expands nicely on the Duck Hunt template. But again, all you get are 3 repeating levels with nothing to keep you coming back other than going for high scores. Safari Hunt may not be a prize trophy, but it'll scratch that light gun itch nicely.